So, with Bella snoring away somewhere in the background, not far away, I came across this Daily Express. Assisted dying, Jonathan Dimbleby confronted before MPs debate. Now, over the years, I've done the occasional video pointing out where this is going about assisted dying, and I mean, they give examples where people are in extreme pain, several cancers affecting various parts of their body, etc., or senility, or, advanced stages of X, Y, and Z. But I would argue if we weren't living in this technocracy where it's hell bent on killing us as soon as possible, i.e., pretty much most things that you eat at a supermarket, although not exclusively so, plus what you're exposed to through various chemicals and sprays and whatever, and honestly, the list is absolutely endless. I mean, we now know without a shadow of a doubt that plastics are certainly not good for us. They've either got BPAs or BPSs or variations on the theme, which do affect us to our severe detriment, and yet apparently most of our clothes are made of them, most of everything food-wise is packed in it. Everything, well, many things that most people drink out of is affected by it, and of course that includes can linings, There's an endless list of things that do bring about physical and mental detriment to the body, to the mind. But let's not look at that. No, let's just put people out their misery earlier. And we'll have various bought and paid for underlying occultists, whether it be celebrities or whatever other costume they're wearing. But, masquerading as the righteous. But I'll repeat, not addressing at all what we're constantly exposed to, which brings about the very debilitation in many respects. And their solutions, let me just irradiate you or give you chemicals that will cause so many side effects, but hey, we're all smiling around you. I mean, the insanity of this all. But anyway, with that in mind, and under fair use, I don't know if I'll grab the speaker next to the mic, but near it, let's do this.
Every issue can be properly explored. What are the risks? What are the dangers? Can we reassure people that this isn't a slippery slope?
What, like Canada? What, like, was it, let's see, Alberta? I mean, this is all recent. I mean, good God, this is not even trying, yeah? A judge in Canada has cleared the way for a 27-year-old autistic woman to be euthanized despite objections from her dad, who says she's healthy, just vulnerable due to her mental health problems. But no. No. We're here because we care. Seriously, think about this. In his ruling, blah, 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 judge announced or acknowledged that the doctor-assisted death would cause the father profound grief, but said the young woman's right to end her own life trumped his feelings. I mean, in the 30s, they wore a different costume, but it was not something that specifically hailed from there. Not when you look historically, yeah? Top comment, and by the way, you'll notice commenting on this article has ended. I never thought we'd be living in Mengele territory again, but here we are. Fun fact, none of my spouse's current crop of medical students have ever heard of Dr. Mengele, and there's no mistake about that. The dumbing down of society is how you go about the villainy, Well, masquerading as the righteous. And the government loves this idea, makes it easier to avoid paying expensive long-term support for the mentally impaired and disabled. But then you look at other comments. Oh, Jonathan Dimbleby said this. Well, it needs to happen. I can understand the worries of some, but when you have seen many people suffer and die from various diseases firsthand, blah, blah, blah. I'll repeat, why aren't we looking into the causes? Causation, yeah? Another one. Depressed but physically healthy Dutch woman 28 with a borderline personality disorder says she will end her life by euthanasia next month because doctors say she will never get better. Anyway, where were we? Oh, by the way, with that one, back to, this is appalling. But when Dimbleby's talking about it, what a guy.
Those will be part of the debate, and I believe that at the end of that...
I don't know, remember. It's so legally important. I believe. I'm not saying it is, but I believe. See, they're destroying other belief systems, like, for example, Christianity, and replacing it with, well, the belief in the technocracy, you know, the theosophy, humanism, yeah? Seriously.
There is a-
Death cult, then. You and your friend Esther Rancid, is it? Support a death cult.
I'm sorry, I don't see it like that.
Me and most of my underling occultists don't see it like that. But what people like myself said all along, you are ultimately, when you look at it, when you take that step back, no matter what you're seeing, it is connected to these interconnected death cults. I mean, you look at Scotland, yeah? What's all this trans stuff doing? Well, it's stopping people procreate. Right, if you're wanting to lower and destroy populations, how would you go about doing it while masquerading as the righteous and calling it empowerment? Yeah, the chemical castration of children. Yeah, and when they're old enough, apparently legally, although that's been, you know, they're trying to push that down. Oh, you can't get a tattoo till you're 18, but you know, if you looked at what they're doing in America as regards trans this and that, I mean. A slippery slope. Oh, it's all connected. Absolutely all connected. And then when you hear things like about hate speech laws, it's because they don't want to have anybody say, has people looked at behind what's going on? Why are we so focused on stopping people having a decent conversation that actually care about other people? Genuinely. Imagine that. Just being able to sit people down and say, have you thought this through? Why do you feel this way? You know? Because I can assure you, everybody associated with, for example, the individual there, I would imagine when it came to authority, you know, with a costume medically, she's not going to get a lot of pushback on that because it's the way forward for the occultist underlings and the occult religion in general. Seriously. The insanity of it all. Seriously.
I don't see it like
that. But that's the truth. It's
No.
a death cult.
I quite like life myself.
Yeah, because the old fucks like this tosser are like, yeah, I want to live to a grand old age, me and my Masonic buddies and all the rest of it, but fuck the scumbags out there, or whoever I perceive as, well, just a useless eater. Yeah, seriously.
Brother who
Until
died
it
very
hurts,
recently.
is that it hurts, and then it's like, oh, end it now, end it
No,
now.
I've supported this long before it affected me. For 30 years I've supported it.
A less polite individual would say, I've been a cunt for more than 30 years, but no, that wouldn't be me. But yeah, this is bloody awful. Of course it's awful. Seriously, it is absolutely a slippery slope. I'll repeat yet again, why aren't we looking at the causation of many of the conditions? You know, it's not rocket science when you start putting the puzzle together. It's there in fucking plain sight. What's causing the dementia? What's causing X, Y, and Z? What's causing the cancers? What's causing... How is it, for example, as regards cancer? It used to be something like 8 to 1, then 6 to 1, 5 to 1, 4 to 1. Now it's 2 to 1. And less people now smoke now than ever, yeah? And they call it, oh, well, we just don't know. As we're standing here in our costumes, masquerading as the righteous, we're constantly researching. You know, we're constantly making billions out of this, but, you know, look elsewhere. And they dictate to you what your choices are of treatment. Seriously. Anyway, your thoughts, your thumbs up, your shares, and, yeah, support the channel, and I'll speak to you soon.